Before we get into our next short, let's head back to our New York correspondent, Squish. His co-host should be arriving just about now. Squish, are you there, Squish?
Yes, Zeppo! I'm here, still in New York, real New York, not plastic backdrop New York, in Times Square, waiting for my co-host to show up and...
Hello?
Hi?
I'm the Holiday Spirits.
Whoa.
You fell down.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. It must be my breath.
Hello?
I've partaken of a few too many holiday spirits, if you know what I mean.
Actually, no, I don't.
I'm drunk, you twit. Oh. Oh.
Zeppo, everything is going wrong. Ow!
I'm not Zeppo. Zeppo's not here right now, and... Hi. And we lost the feed. Well, keeping with the theme of clothes from our last short, our next short is How You Make Them. It's called Pattern For Smartness. I hate doing intros. I never know how to end them without it sounding awkward. Shazam! I disappeared.
I don't need smartness, I'm a telenimagent. Ron Howard's smarter sister.
Ah, Jem Handy's British subsidiary.
Paris, New York, Hollywood, art museums, historical
One of
costumes,
these things
world
is not
events.
like the others.
Today, these are the sources from which comes inspiration for the fashion designer.
Fashions by Nancy Drew.
Johnny, be careful. You'll tear my pattern. How did you get in here anyway?
Just open the door.
After I busted the
Look, I've
lock.
got some new records. Let's try it.
But first I have to decide
Whoa.
on the material for my new dress.
Oh, just like a girl. Always thinking about new clothes.
Instead of being
When you don't
naked.
have a new dress, you always look good. Know how look.
Skips in
What
the
do you
film, my
mean that
darling.
know how look?
Well, it's what we fellas like a girl to have. And you have it, plus.
11 secret herbs and
It's sorta
spices.
like... Oh, look out of the window there, quick.
It's a two-headed moose!
Now,
Right,
there's just the
left,
opposite of what I
right,
mean by
left,
the know how
right,
look.
left, right.
Once I looked like that myself.
For reminding me she
Grimy
must die.
shoes, my slip showing, a sweater big enough for Babe Ruth, and all those crazy gadgets.
Those were the
And the way I walked.
days.
Scuffing along the pavement, head down, leading with my chin. My skin was horrible, too. Not enough milk and green vegetables. Not enough outdoor exercise, either. I'm glad I took the home economics course.
Thanks for
We learned
listening,
so much more
curtains.
than just how to make clothes. Good grooming, how to take care of our skin and hair, how to carry ourselves so our clothes look really smart on us.
How to act like the
All
Earth
those things that
Human.
make Johnny say I have the know-how look.
See what I mean?
He's got two
Now
shadows.
take you. Your figure's cute. And
My figure, that's all done with the book.
How to not be ugly by
you mean
Anita
your grandmother
Makeover.
made you walk with a book on your head to make you stand up straight?
Maybe I'd been better if she had. Look, here's me.
Oh, no. You don't look that way. Here, give me the pencil. You look like this.
An original
An
Thomas
illusion,
Ridgewell.
Johnny, done with this book. See?
Area B looks larger than Area A,
Or at least
but
it
they're
thinks
the
it
same
does.
size. To add pounds, use shoulder accents, broad contrasting belts, full sleeves.
Empty stomachs.
Do you understand that?
Oh, sure. As a future architect, I use those same principles myself.
Danny Kaye, future
Yeah,
architect.
I see how girls could use them to change their figures.
Which of these colors would you like for my new dress?
Both.
Or neither. Could I use a
But how
lifeline?
about light blue? I like blue.
Well, let's see what my book says.
Cram it up your... Oh my,
Here I
that's
am.
rude.
My eyes are hazel, not pure blue, but it works out the same way.
What is your type? What colors make you your most exciting and attractive self? Experiment with actual fabric.
Did I leave the iron on?
You're right after all. Make it red.
That's what I'd decided. Everybody can wear some shade of red.
Do you make all your own clothes?
Sure.
Even
Lots
your
of us
underwear?
girls do.
But your clothes look so professional.
Johnny, don't you know that the most professional-looking clothes are those made by hand?
In China and or India?
You don't think that people like movie stars buy their clothes off a rack, do you?
Well, no, but gee, the people that make their clothes are professionals. You're just a high school girl.
Gee, thanks.
Gee, maybe you ought to be a designer yourself.
Well, silly, I am a designer for myself.
And only myself.
You learn
Other
that
girls
in
can shove
economics
it.
classes too. Besides how to fit and sew like a professional.
You sound as if dressmaking is an easy thing.
It is. I just
Was
let
she
my pattern
varnished?
tell me what to do, and it comes out all right.
Back it up, Frank.
That's
You're
right,
good.
Betty.
You're
Let the pattern
good.
tell you.
And stop.
Dear God, what did it do to Johnny?
Yes, we're your pattern.
But I'm the only one that matters.
But in this facile frame, there is enough of glamour, charm, enchantment, and allure to set young hearts afire. And we can cure that curve or bulge you'd like to lose if you think carefully before you choose.
You sound like a magician.
No, she sounds
Where
like
do you
Dr.
come from?
Seuss.
This is our birthplace, where your pattern clothes.
Here, ideas from round the
The
world
world's
come
oldest
pouring in,
newborn.
whirling their way into the designer's imagination, cleverly taking form under agile pencils, emerging as the clothes you like best.
It's Margaret
To be
Dumont.
sure you can make them with the utmost simplicity, each design is actually made up in muslin before your pattern is cut.
There's a film
Thus,
in here.
pre-tested for you.
But it is your responsibility to choose the style best for you and the right fabric for that style. You want the best quality you can get for what you can spend,
All I have
And
is
it
a
should be
dime. Will I
appropriate,
get change?
depending on the season or climate. A basic dress like this is right in cotton, wool, or rayon.
How much fabric do you buy?
How much to get? Alas, alack. To answer that, I have to turn my back.
Nobody says alack.
Mark at the top the size fits you. Now down the left you must pursue the width of goods. Then twixt the pair, 2 lines you draw. And right there where the 2 lines meet, your pen retards. For there it is, you find the yard.
Touchdown!
Does it always work out right?
Oh yes, the pattern maker figures that very carefully.
The pieces of the pattern in the various figure sizes are arranged on tables marked lengthwise in fractions of yards and crosswise
Dr. Von
in the
Green.
standard widths of materials. Different arrangements are tried to find the one using the least material. A drawing of this arrangement is included in the instruction sheet of your pattern.
Patton.
Simplicity, you
I see how
magnificent
that
son of a...
diagram makes cutting both easy and economical, but pattern, the pictures show 2 ways to make you. How does a girl know what pieces to use?
That's easy. On each pattern piece is printed both its name
Anga?
and the style to which it belongs. Dressmaking starts by pinning the pattern together so it can be tried on to see if adjustment is needed.
Well, what are you doing there?
Betty needs a full-length mirror for her pattern try-on. There isn't one in her living room, so we gave her one.
Now she owes us.
What happens if the pattern doesn't fit?
It will. She checked her measurements and got the correct pattern size. She also got correct sewing equipment. 9-inch shears, good quality pins and needles,
A tomato to stick them in.
plenty of thread, a slide fastener,
Copyright, trademark.
and a 60-inch tape measure.
I'll never be a size 0.
Right here is where you use that cutting diagram you saw being made, when you lay the pattern on the material for cutting.
You might want to have that looked at.
Whoop, there's a piece that slipped.
Don't worry. See that line marked straight of fabric? You measure from the fabric edge to the top and bottom of that line. When the two measurements agree, the piece is straight.
When they don't, a fight breaks out.
In a printed pattern, pins should be put in the direction of the cutting line, not across
Yeah!
it. And just enough pins to hold the pattern in place.
Cutting line? What's that?
The heavy line around each piece.
Do you cut inside that line?
No.
Dummkopf, the box for you.
Cut exactly on the line, with long, firm slashes.
Slashes.
Betty's pattern has V-shaped marks showing what seams are to be joined.
Who needs them?
has
She
cut
thinks that
these
she cuts
out
them off.
onto the material. Or she could clip them into the seam allowance.
Arrow-shaped lines indicate darts.
Thunk.
Other
Bullseye.
important points are indicated by dots. All of these Betty marks with tailor's tacks.
Can she get her own
taking a double
tacks?
stitch through pattern and material. She clips the top loops, lifts the pattern off the material,
And voila, she's got a hairy dress.
and clips the thread between the fabric layers. The fabric now separates easily, with both pieces clearly marked.
She runs a basting thread down the center of her blouse and skirt.
No, that's dental
Thus, when she
floss.
fits her dress, she'll know whether the centers hang straight.
What is she stitching?
Fabric, you
She's
idiot.
making stay stitches along curved edges so they won't pull out of shape. These preliminaries are important. It pays to be very careful about them. Now she bastes her darts from the point to the wide end.
How does a girl know where to begin?
She just follows her instruction sheet, step by step.
Inch by inch.
First she matches the
Slowly I
notches
turned.
previously cut and pins the pieces together.
What's that thing?
Is
The
it
seam
not a
line printed on the
crossfade?
pattern pieces shows how deep to take each seam. To keep the basting even, you use a gauge or a tape measure. Even seams mean better fit.
She's ready to baste in the sleeves.
Why does she have a picture
Putting
of
in
Mary
sleeves is
Shelley on
simple
her
if you follow
wall?
the pattern's instructions. Using a long stitch on the machine, Betty has already put in 2 rows of gathers between the notches. One slightly inside the seam line, and one between the seam line and the edge.
With the basted dress wrong side out and the basted sleeve right side out,
You'll get a
the
delicious
sleeve
dress
is set
gravy.
in the armhole. Single notches at the front.
Thrill as Betty slowly pins a sleeve in place.
Matching the double notches at the back. Matching the underarm seams and with sleeve top at shoulder top.
And split top to butter top.
Jeez, look at that bracelet. She's engaged to an octopus.
Pin, draw up gathers to fit. Fasten the gathering thread.
And hail the conquering hero. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
And baste.
Simple, isn't it?
It doesn't sound hard, but I want to see how the dress looks on Betty.
Yes, oh great Sky
So did
Perv.
Betty. But right here she makes any fitting adjustments that may be needed.
Oh,
Maybe I shouldn't criticize, but aren't the shoulders a bit droopy?
She's forgotten her shoulder pads. Shoulder pads must be pinned in place for all fittings.
We heard you the first time.
Those darts need to be taken in. That's hard to do by yourself. Let's help her.
Ouch!
Good thing that dress is
After all,
already
A
red.
good pattern is one of a girl's best friends.
Next to diamonds and
So we have a
beepers.
right to be there. This will fix it. And after she takes the dress apart and rebaste those darts, she can stitch.
Must a girl tie herself up in knots to stitch?
Betty,
Correct.
straighten up. Remember, correct posture at the machine.
What is she stitching?
A dart, start from the wide end and tapering off to nothing at the point.
Like Lost.
Watch how carefully she fastens the threads.
She's a regular Boy Scout with that knot.
Female Boy
I
Scouts?
suppose
Now
the
I've heard
bastings
everything.
come out now?
Yes, but she clips them before pulling them out.
So she doesn't wind up with any baby bastings.
Is she through with her stitching?
Yes, it's a new one-stitch dress.
Only the dart she just stitched. Press as you go is a rule of good sewing.
Press as you
It helps
go
achieve
and tell me that you
professional
love
look.
me.
See? She has pressed the dart toward the center of the garment. There. She's finishing her stitching.
It's a new
The next
two-stitch
step
dress.
is to hang the hem, and it takes 2 for that. We must help her again. How many inches from the floor, Betty?
I know that. I read in the paper yesterday that skirts are 13 inches from the floor.
Is your paper
My home
Cosmo?
economics teacher says to make skirts the most becoming length.
Piff!
Your teacher is right.
Piff!
Naturally, you don't want your skirt so much shorter or longer than the average that you'll be conspicuous. But an inch or so one way or the other won't matter. There. That's done.
Up, down, grab a lollipop.
Now to put in the hem.
And the haws.
And easy does it. Hemming stitches must not be pulled tight. And tack in the shoulder pads or put them in with snap fasteners.
Snap fasteners.
Is that all there is to making a dress?
Except for a final once-over with the iron. And that's easy, because she's pressed each seam as she stitched it.
What do you think, Crowbar, my husband?
Do you like it, Johnny?
I'll say I do.
Want to see some quick change magic?
Abracafabric scrap.
Well, there's a brand new dress. Now, of course, nobody could make it in just a few minutes, as Betty seems to have done, but it could be made in one weekend by anyone who knows the fundamentals of sewing.
Baseball, cold
Try it
showers.
yourself, and you'll see.
Quite a fashion show, aren't I?
Betty, I've got it. Why don't you and the other girls put on a fashion show to get money for new equipment for the basketball team?
Wonderful, Johnny. The girls will be crazy about it.
Also, you're a
I'm going
blockhead.
to call up my home economics teacher right now and see if she'll help.
1-7.
Your patent catalog is a book of magic, for it transforms all who use it into creative artists.
Enter the Stone Pages.
Just as the portrait artist uses the paints and brushes to express his impression of a personality, so you can use fabrics and lines and colors to express your own personality.
Hello, everyone.
Real professional, this.
Thanks for coming to our little fashion show. You'll be glad to know that the basketball team is $112 richer because you came. Now, don't expect anything grand. These clothes are just what we've made in our clothing class this past semester. I hope you'll like them.
You're not funny!
Bring on the girls!
Wouldn't you like to look this cool on a summer day? White
No.
does wonders for your suntan and takes any color accessories. This basic dress goes smartly to sports events, to school, or to the movies with a boyfriend.
Or down the side of a cliff.
bright-colored boxy jacket takes care of cool evenings. Now here's a grand idea.
She has a Koopa
Plan
shell
a
on her
wardrobe
head.
that makes 2 outfits do the work of several. For instance, the 3-button jacket of this green wool suit can be combined with the other costume's plaid skirt to make a 3rd ensemble. Or you can team up the green turtleneck blouse with the green suit skirt
And
you
destroy
have a
Tokyo.
4th smart outfit.
Sisters, sisters.
Schoolmates, the corduroy jumper and the gabardine sack dress.
Hide their
both
love
with
from
a new
judgmental
angle.
40s eyes.
The jumper has a swishy circular back contrasting with a prim square bodice.
I'm huge.
And there's a clever trick in the sack dress, a belted-in shoulder scarf ending in a pocket.
Double your pleasure, double your
Here's the
fun.
new midi dress, a long torso top over a box-pleated skirt. Mix your colors. Make sleeves long or short. Both of these dresses are of wool jersey. Betty tells me that blouses and skirts rate A+ with schoolgirls.
And a solid
Here's a
F with
combination in jersey and
schoolboys.
striped wool, good for fall or spring. The deep armhole is not only smart, it's comfortable too.
Look,
A
Ma, no
wide
pig
belt gives the
stains.
new look of small waistline and rounded hips. Striped cotton shines at the beach.
Hey,
the
Waldorf,
pool,
wake up! Here
or
come the
even in
bikinis!
garden. This dirndl skirt wraps around in buttons. When you want to complete your suntan, take it off. Throw it over your shoulders, too, like a shawl when you've had enough sun on your back.
It's supermodel!
Can't you see this outfit pedaling along on a bicycle, going to a picnic, looking very gay, in fact, at any of summer's fun spots?
Even without the girl in it?
It's new fashion to look old-fashioned. Candied pink plaid taffeta rustles its quaint bustle and flirts a lace dust ruffle.
As she shuffles and hustles to go and buy
so
truffles.
Betty's fashion show ends. But everywhere, sewing machines are humming.
As they forgot the
Preparing
words.
for the fashion shows girls put on every day when they step out in the clothes they've made for themselves. Happy sewing to you all.
And to all a good blouse.
Greetings, Sir Gripes-a-Lot. What you going on about?
Yeah, I tried to cancel a check, but the bank's not open until after New Year's.
Why are you trying to cancel a check?
Our chef turned out to be a con man.
You mean the chef you hired
Yep.
was a con man?
Yep.
You really dropped the ball on that one. Oh!
You brought that on yourself.
Hi, my name's Function. I don't really know much, but I know that whoever's wearing a lampshade on their head is going to be the life of the party. So go on, do something fun. You don't talk much, do you? Come on, it's a party, lighten up. I said lighten up. Why are you just standing there? You're supposed to be the fun guy. Fine, ignore me. Try to ignore this. I missed. I'm going to do that again. Ow! 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 Meaty! Ugh.
Uncle Zeppo, can Leopold have a glow stick too?
Okay, right here you go. Come on. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Glow sticks! Come get your fresh hot glow! Sorry I was shouting at you, Wall. Glow sticks! Come get your fresh hot glow sticks!
It doesn't taste like lemon.
How about you? I'm here to fight you.
Oh, I'm good.
Isn't that how you hold a lightsaber?
But I only got one arm.
Oh. True.
How about you?
Now you got no arms! That! That hurt my face!
Sorry.